day. So today I'm going to show you how do you really present, how do you really set your presentation up for presenting. And if you think about it, there are a variety of use cases for presenting, right? Suppose if you are able to be with your audience in person, if you're able to be with your audience in person, so then your presentation is going to be different. And over there, again, if you need some sort of help remembering things, then it's going to be slightly different. And then if your presentation is not going to be in person, suppose your presentation is going to be shown at, to another person, maybe you've just emailed it to someone, said that just, or it could also be that there are a group of your audience who are all maybe sitting in a room or something, and while you are not able to physically be present over there, you are able to send the question there. So okay, so there's a question from Dr. Jyoti here. Yesterday I posted my question in Telegram regarding highlighting textual lines in Word apart from the text highlighter color. So Dr. Jyoti, I had responded to your question asking for clarification. Your question, if I remember right, you said, what is the second method of highlighting text? So not sure what you really mean by second method, because as far as we understand, the highlight is with that highlighting. So there is one highlight button over here, right? So not really sure. I had asked you for a clarification, didn't get a reply to that on the group. So if you could clarify what you mean by the second method, I'll be able to answer. Okay. There's a question from Pragati asking how to change uppercase to lowercase or proper case in Excel. So in Excel, you don't have a shortcut, but you've got formulas. So you say equal to upper, it will change to uppercase, equal to lower will change to lowercase, equal to proper will change to uppercase. Okay. So all upper is equal to upper, equal to upper, and then followed by the text. So this will only work for text, of course. Yeah, Dr. Jyoti, if you could clarify your question further. So I'll just open. So if I say, right? So, what this, I mean, I can select some text over here. I can select some text over here. And there's this highlighting thing. I can go ahead and highlight in whatever color. So that's really the way to highlight. Yeah, so not really sure what you mean by the second method to highlight. I don't think there is a different way to highlight. Not sure. Not sure. I don't think there's any other way to highlight text. No, you just highlight with that only. There is no real other way to highlight the text. Yeah, but what you could do is you could also find highlighted text. I don't really know what you mean by highlighted text. Maybe did I talk about background, setting background for something? I don't know. If I have described it in the class, then I'm sure it'll be in the recording. But yeah, as far as highlighting is concerned, then highlight happens one way. Arijit is asking about calendar make by Excel. I suppose that means how to make calendar by Excel. You remember I had shown you how you could start, like, you say today, and then how you could start making calendar. Did anyone try? Did anyone try how to make calendar? No? Okay. Actually, Excel also has a lot of calendar templates. So if you look into Excel, there are a lot of calendar templates. Did any of you try that? So if you remember, I had shown you that if you say today, right? If you say today, you get today's date. Okay. So assume you want to have a date starting from today. Yeah. Then you can simply write today. And then for the next one, you can just go on adding +1, +2, +3, +4, +5, right? Yeah. Would some of you actually go ahead and try it? Some of you can actually try that out, and you can try it later, and maybe today end of the class I'll also show you again, right? Otherwise you can't, like, you can if you want to automate the whole calendar generation process, then there's a code that you can write for it. But the easiest way to get a calendar, if you need for a couple of days, is today +1, +2, -1, -2, -3, -4, and so on. And the other thing that you could do is you could come here and you will find, see here, there are many calendars. There's one any year monthly calendar. So you can search for here. There are a lot of calendar templates. Even if you don't have 365, you find many calendar templates. May not be so many, but you will still find your calendar templates. So, yeah. So if you see, these are all calendar templates. So here, these are done with codes. Just customize the year that you want. So you want 2021, and week starts on Sunday. So you can get entire years of calendar from there, right? So yeah, all of those. Okay. It's made with a formula. The formula is fairly complicated, but basically it just selects date and weekdays and just starts from there. Okay, and rest of it is all custom formatted. All right. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Any other questions? I would recommend that you use a calendar template, because creating a calendar otherwise is going to be very difficult. Okay, so it's a fairly advanced formula. It's a fairly advanced formula to do that. So I mean, I don't think many of you are at that level of comfort with Excel yet. So I do not really want to get into that, because that's definitely far outside of the scope for this particular course, right? It's only going to end up confusing everyone. So that's not really what I would suggest at all. I would definitely suggest using a template. Okay, you will have plenty of templates available, right? Just wherever there are solutions available, uh, by and large, I would never recommend reinventing the wheel. So something is available, you can just go ahead and customize, but try and use that template, because it's already nice and nicely formatted. I just showed you that, and it's just a matter of 20 seconds being able to get that. Okay, but having said that, if you just want to, like, say today is a Friday, so you put Friday on something, and then you just want to have a calendar starting from today, a quick one, maybe for one. So it's to just put today's date and 1 plus 2 minus 1 minus 2 and so on. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at slideshows for today. Okay. Okay, there are some more questions. So I'll just take those questions. Subtotals in Excel. So there is a subtotal function copying only consolidated values. In order to copy only consolidated values, what you will have to do is first you will have to come into that consolidated value view. So remember there are 1, 2, and 3 views. So you will have to come into that subtotal view. Then you will have to use find and select, and you will only select the visible cells. All right. So you select the visible cells, and after you selected visible cells, just press Control C to copy, or just copy with your mouse. Then only the subtotals will get copied. So remember, you can have any view. So there are 3 views. One is the grand total view, one is subtotal view, and the other is full data view. 1, 2, 3. Right. So at any level, wherever you are, out of that, grand total and subtotal view will have some sort of folding up or rolling up of data. So all data is not visible. So there you have to go to find and select visible cells only, right? Find and select visible cells only. So that option is going to be there. And then once that is done, then you can go ahead and copy and paste. Then only those will get pasted. Okay. All right, so Pragati is asking how to insert templates. Please describe a little. Templates for PowerPoint or Excel? How to use templates in PowerPoint, you mean? Excel, okay. So in Excel, your view will differ. Your view will differ because depending on the version that you are having. But once you get to backstage, this particular view, right, you will have a bunch of templates available over here, right? A bunch of templates. So you go to more templates, you will still get like a bunch of templates. May not be so many, but you will still get a whole bunch of templates, and you will get like pretty much everything that you need. Okay. So if you look here, right over here, there's an any year monthly calendar, and there's a playful calendar for any year, right? If I just were to do a calendar, or I can do other things also. So there is a back to school checklist, simple personal budget, retirement planner, monthly food budget, invoice, right? And credit card payoff calculator. So all sorts of different things are available over here. Even a student ID card. Even a student ID card is over here. So, right, you just go ahead and select anything. Let's say money in Excel. So you click that, and money in Excel time and download. It'll download. If it doesn't download, it's already there available. That's also fine. So now money in Excel has opened up. So here what does is this one is a particularly slightly different one, which requires add-ins. But anyway, you get an idea of what this is. So here, what you do is every time you go on and spend something, go ahead and add whatever you have done. In this particular file, there's an add-in which can sync everything. For 365, it can sync, but otherwise manually you write today, 3rd September, Starbucks, eating out, right? Coffee, okay? Amount is say 350 rupees, and I have spent with my credit card of so and so bank. Okay, now you keep on doing this every time, right? Now further, you can also decide what are the various categories that you have. Suppose you go out to eat, so you say eating out, then you can have coffee, casual, lunch, and 3 categories. So similarly, you can go ahead and fill. Now every time you go and spend some money, you can keep on filling this thing over here. Now, once you've done that, every month you select a month from here, every month you will know how much you have spent this month versus how much you spent last month. Again, in this month, how much you have spent per category. What are the top categories that you spent? Suppose you say rent, groceries, hobby, eating out, clothes, entertainment, right? Suppose, and maybe transport. Suppose these are your categories. So you can say in what category you have spent how much had you spent last month and versus this month. Then you also get things like cumulative spending, most frequent merchants, merchants that you go most frequently, right? So every merchant name is uh, counted, and whichever merchant name appears the maximum number of times, that is selected. Okay, merchants with the most spending. So which means you will, they will, the sheet itself does all this calculation. So there is some sort of a pivot happening at the background, and the merchant where maximum was spent. So these kind of things you can get from this. Now, this is an example also of a dashboard. You can see that all of your financial health for a particular month is available, and this dashboard is provided by a template. So every time you want to use something like that, you can go ahead and use that kind of template. Similarly, for PowerPoint, you come here, whole bunch of templates over here, right? So you have a lot of different templates. So now you can select a template from here. And again, this particular template has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different variations. Okay. So there are 8 different variations of this particular template. Select one of the variations that you like. Suppose you like this, and you say click to add. Okay. This is a template. Now, suppose you've come into this particular template. Now from here, you want to change again without going back to new. You've already put in 1 or 2 content slides. And so obviously you don't want to start you just want the variant. So you come here, you have all those 8 variants, right? So you see here, I'm no longer, suppose I have some, okay, let's think of it like this. So think of it like this. I've already started putting in some sort of a content. I've started putting in some sort of content. Right? I've put in content over here already. Now I feel that I want to change the variant. So I can go ahead and change the variant as I wish to. Right? I can change the variant. Now, once I've changed the variant, both of them have changed into the new variant, but I don't really have to redo the content. So if you go back to this and choose, then it will again open a new presentation. Suppose you just want to change the variant within it, you can do it easily from here. Suppose you want to change the entire template, that's also possible. Right? The entire template has changed. However, one important thing to remember here is that while, as long as your text is only, as per the format, as per the slide master, only then you can change it nicely. Otherwise, it may not sometimes change very well. Suppose now I'm customizing the slide master, right? Sorry, I'm customizing the slide directly without really changing the master. Okay. I haven't changed the master. I have just customized the slide because I want it like this. Okay. Now let me go ahead and change the template to this. Now, once I change to this, you see the text is not coming properly. Why? Because I have made some changes for that particular slide, which no longer respects the master. So any content that respects the master can easily apply with the new text. Okay. But otherwise, you cannot. So if you want to do this, then you will have to select it first and you will have to reset. Once you reset, now the text has come down to the particular master style for this PowerPoint template. So now, once again, everything looks fine. Okay, so you can do it. This once again tells you that it's what do you say? It's a good practice to have to always respect the slide master. Okay. Arunima, in video downloader, all videos are not added. Can you suggest some? Sorry, I don't understand what you mean. Sahil is saying, according to you, if all slides are on a different design, what does it look like? You mean to say, what do you mean? If, I mean, are you asking about whether can we have all slides of different design? If that's what you are asking, yes, I had shown you how you can convert two different designs. You can come here, right? And you can have different design for the second set of slides. So one set of slides has this, one set of slides has this. So you come here, and this slide you can choose a different layout. Again, a third slide can have a different layout, right? Fourth slide can have yet another layout and things like that. Okay, so okay, all right, okay, I get your question. So you are essentially asking, is this all right to do? Yeah. So you're asking, is it okay to mix up different slide designs? By and large, I would say no. All right. By and large, I would say no, don't do it. However, there could be certain reasons to do that. Okay. There could be certain reasons why you may want to have something of that sort, right? Now, what are the various reasons why you may want to have that? So one thing is, suppose you are having slides with all black or a dark kind of a background. Okay. Now, if you have a picture which has a light background and the picture has, like just fits a little bit here and rest of it is white around the corners, like a clip art or some sort of a stock image or something. Now, when you have that, obviously that doesn't look very nice if you are presenting that. Okay. So there you can have one slide in the middle of a white background, and then you can have that over there, or you can have some sort of a section header or a section splitter which has a slightly different design. However, in all of these cases, choose a design that is more or less similar. Okay, choose a design that's more or less similar. Don't choose designs that are this different to one another. Okay, now these two designs I've chosen them, of course, randomly, and of course, I've chosen them to show that this is possible, but don't choose designs which are this different from one another. So here, if you want, you can go ahead and delete both of those. Now, suppose what would be an okay design to have? Suppose this is one, right? So I can go ahead and delete this. This is one. And then now I'm going to insert another master where I'm going to have the same thing, maybe in a similar kind of a thing, right? So maybe, okay. So both of the master styles are somewhat similar. So you come here, you have this, and you have this, right? There is some sort of a style similarity between these two. Okay, but don't choose something which is like this and something which is completely different. So just make sure, I mean, just use your sense of aesthetics. See is that okay? Also, these are difficult to say because I have no idea about the kind of audience you are looking for, right? So suppose you are going to present to your teachers or to your colleagues or to even senior colleagues. Some of you are professors, and if you want to say present to the principal or the director or someone like that, then you are going to use a different style versus if you are going to present to your students, to your peers, to your friends or something else, then that's a different style. Suppose you are making a formal presentation, that's a different thing. Suppose you are making a casual presentation, that's a different thing. So yeah, there are lots of different variables per se. All right. Okay. Anything else? Surendra says, sir can see the videos after 4th September for practice. Yeah, I'm sure the videos will be available to you after the course as well. Anything else? Any other question? I don't understand this query about downloading the videos and saving them forever, because these features and things, they change so quickly. It's not even going to be useful for you later. Okay, so the whole, I mean, as long as they are available online, and I'm telling you they are available online, and I'm telling you can access them, I don't really understand this need to hoard data. So I don't think that's necessary at all. So they are going to be available online on that particular link exactly as they are right now. And honestly, I think that should suffice. Is there anything special otherwise that you are looking to achieve? If you're looking to download to maybe share with others or something, then I mean, yeah, your choice. But you could just use your own ethics for that. Suresh, I'll take a look at your presentation towards the end of the session. Gurpreet, Gurpreet is asking me if I can show my best presentation made till date. I don't know. You know what? This is an interesting question. And now that you ask me, right? Now that you ask me this question, I think the best presentation I have made is not the best because of the PowerPoint, right? I think it's the best of how it was delivered, right? Simply the PowerPoint does not make the presentation good or better or best. That's what I think. So yeah, it's an interesting question, but I think I tend to have very consistent styles, very consistent styles. My PowerPoints are very, very minimal, very, very simple. Okay. And yeah, I just tend to use very consistent styles regarding the PowerPoint. But I think what really sets one presentation apart from another is the speaking that happens along with it. So that's the reason why I wanted to address that a little bit today in this session. I want to just talk about that a bit. Okay, Jelson is asking, can we take slide master after taking new slide, or should we take slide master and then go to new slide? So actually, you can open an existing blank presentation and then go to slide master. You can also do it on a complete presentation. Okay, on a complete presentation, you can go ahead and do it at any point. Suppose this presentation, I've already filled in content. Now I can still slide master, I can still modify. Okay, I can still modify things over here. Now, the only thing is that suppose I modify this one to come a little like this, right? Suppose, or I modify this slide master to have a new, say, logo. I'm putting in a logo, I'm just showing you some sort of a design. Okay, suppose I do this, right? Now I come here and I find that this happens. Okay, this happens, right? The reason this is happening is because the slide master was formed after having made the style. Okay, so which is the reason why the styles are sort of clashing with one another. You can do that, but you just have to make sure that you are ready to make that little bit of extra effort and adjusting the slides a little bit. So that is something that needs to be done, but otherwise it's possible. Can you explain once again briefly using effective sound effects to slides? This is this is another very tricky thing. So by and large, I do not use sound effects in slides. Okay, so you typically, I mean, unless you really want something, you really shouldn't be using sound effect. However, there could be cases like this. So suppose you want to say something like, um, let's assume you are in a uh, you are in a corporate environment, and you say this year's revenue has grown by, okay, and now you're trying to build up some suspense. So you duplicate the slide and you say this year revenue has grown by 1000%. Now clearly this is a stunning amount of growth. This is a very stunning amount of growth. So you want to just really highlight particular things. So you say, 1000%. Now you go ahead and make an animation over here, some sort of an animation. So you say, so you can go ahead and make some sort of a bold kind of an animation over here. Okay. And then you can maybe add some sound effect to this, but otherwise, I generally wouldn't really suggest doing that, because you want to do that, you can probably have like some sort of a boom, some sort of a boom kind of a sound effect. But if you ask me, I think they kind of look a little amateurish. So if you want to come across as professional, then don't really add sound effects, right? Uh, except for very very little cases like this. Okay. If you really want to, then you can just always go to the animation pane, come here to this, you can go to effect options, and over here you say sound will be what kind of sound. So you have a bomb sound over here, right? I don't know if you will be able to hear that. So you say bomb sound. I don't know if you could hear that, right? So you have this. So this year revenue has grown by, and I'm really using some sort of a stunning reveal because it's like a fantastic number, and then that is showing like one big loud explosion. Okay, so I think you're not able to hear. I need to probably share the computer audio for that, but yeah, you understand what I mean. So there's just one bomb sound animation. So you can add them if you wish to. My suggestion is don't do that. So you have like all sorts of things. You can have typewriter. Okay, another point is, if you do choose to use animations, right, then sorry, sound, then you will have to remember to have them uh, similar to what kind of animation you've chosen. Suppose the animation that I've chosen over here, right, is bold reveal. It's a bold reveal. So with bold reveal, I cannot use a typewriter animation, because when you have typewriter animation, then you would sort of imagine that one by one the letters are appearing. They are appearing one by one, right? So you will have to then use some sort of an appear option, or maybe some sort of a flying kind of an option. You say from left, and you say that they will have to appear one by one. So one of those things that allow you to make it appear one by one, then this will make sense. Otherwise, visually, this makes no sense, that there is all of them have come together, but then there is one typewriter sound. Okay, so just make sure to have those logical discrepancies ruled out.